Hi y'all. So I'm back. I've got the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. I've got some regular playing cards. And this deck called Happy Families. It's super weird. But yeah, I wanted to pull some cards for Sagittarius season. So we're going to start with Sagittarius. Got a bunch of random like roses here. And you know, Archangel Michael hanging out. For sure. So, let's start. Messages for Sagittarius season. Aligning the collective with their most resonant and authentic path. We ask for positive and uplifting messages, starting with Sagittarius. Ooh, slow down. I'm going to add in a prayer. Okay. Fire, water, earth, air, spirit, ether, archangels, and my divine soul guides. I ask for clear, resonant messages to assist the collective with our movement through Sagittarius season 2019. Thank you for your guidance and protection. Amen. I always forget to close out my prayers. I'm just like, yeah, man, let's keep praying forever. Okay, here we go. All right. Sagittarius. Okay. We have Siege, quiet time. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. Gorgeous. Okay, so what I really like about her energy is there's this velvety density to her. Her kind of meditation isn't like sit and say you know, that's like, obviously you can do that if you're meditating, but this energy that comes around this meditation is more of there's a relief to it. Like, that's exactly what this meditation feels like. I've been going, particularly for Sagittarius. It's your season. Jupiter's in your sign, Venus is in your sign, Sun is in your sign. The moon will be in your sign tomorrow for the new moon, actually. So it's a lot going on. So this is mental rest. Siege is definitely mental rest. So that might be putting on some solfeggio frequencies, and just laying in the darkness and letting your brain just not care, just relax, just whatever. Because I feel like we spend so much time trying to be polite and be respectful and be liked and come across well that it's really exhausting. Particularly for mutable fire, it's really exhausting to spend so much time trying to rein yourself in when you're supposed to be the change and the mutability. So really love her energy for mental rest. Okay, let's see what else she has to say for Sagittarius. So we've got our goddess. Siege is a Celtic goddess. Yeah, I really like just literally looking at her, just looking at this card. As I focus on it, I just zone into the stars, and it's just like, so comfy. Like, I love her energy. Love it. Okay, let's see. Sagittarius. We're using the playing cards here. Sagittarius. 3 cards for Sagittarius. For Sagittarius. Yep. Okay, we've got, first card out is the Two of Clovers. Okay, so your luck is kind of fluctuating. You feel like, it's like, I can feel that I have a lot of energy at my disposal, but I don't super duper know what to do with it. That's what this energy feels like to me, which makes more sense again for Siege to come in, because she's like, okay, you need to get grounded and get balanced, because you've got a lot of energy coming through right now, and you need to be focused. Okay, next card is the Jack of Diamonds. So this is fiery energy. So this is you, actually. Yeah, this makes more sense along with this Two of Clovers energy of your luck fluctuating, because you are literally the season. So it's about trying to find your equilibrium while everyone around you is watching you and, you know, critiquing you and trying to figure out what it is that you're doing and why are you leaning that direction. You know, it's balancing. It's a balancing act, because there's going to be a lot of fire. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot coming towards you. But how are you going to make it work for you? Okay. King of Spades at the bottom of the deck. Judgy. Yeah, that's that critical energy watching you as you're trying to find your equilibrium. Exactly. One more card for Sagittarius. Thank you. What do we have here? The Nine of Diamonds. Nine of Diamonds. This is burnout. This is... Remember how I said you are just going, and then you finally go, huh. And this energy is the relief. This is just before you get to the relief. So it's like, man, I've got all this energy. I'm trying to figure out how to balance. It's not really making much sense, but I'm making it work. You know, you're juggling. You're keeping all the balls in the air and making everything happen. You know, you're doing it. You're doing it. You don't, you know, you feel like you're not mastering it necessarily, but you're keeping your momentum. You're making it happen. You're processing as best you can through your season. Awesome. Then we get to the... This is more toward the middle to the end of the season, I would say. Third week of Sagittarius season. Then it's like, okay, oh God. I've been doing the balancing, and I've been, you know, learning where I can and catching myself and juggling, and now I'm just like, all right, is someone gonna catch one of these? Like, is someone gonna help me, or am I just supposed to, you know, juggle these forever? When you get to that point, that's when you do your meditations. Or even if you've never been able to meditate, and the idea of trying to meditate like stresses you, and you're like, oh God, I don't know how to meditate, you can literally just close your eyes and take big deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. When you start thinking, oh my gosh, am I doing it right? In through your nose and out through your mouth. You can literally say this to yourself in your mind. In through my nose, out through my mouth. In through my nose. Like, and slow yourself down each time you do it. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Right. Just that much is enough to give your brain a bit of space to cool down and let off a lot of that processing heat. You know, like when a computer is running and you have it on a heat absorbent surface, and it's just running, and the fan has nowhere to pull cool air from, so it's just like, somebody needs to do something before I blow up. This is us doing something before we blow up. Yes? Excellent. Do we have... Now we're going to go into and see what we have for the Happy Families card. I like to use these to connect to the... I want to say your spiritual guidance, like the spiritual energies that are going to be around you, like the lessons you're going to be working on. and just to channel more of what your environment is going to be like throughout this time. So, Sagittarius. You already know. All right. We want one card. What do we want? We want one card. Okay, one card. All right. I'm going to switch to the right hand for dominance. There we go. Okay, so the spiritual assistance is something that you've already been working on. It's like, I love this card. It's like, gotcha, bitch. So I feel like every time I see it. But with this card, it tells me that you're learning lessons that you already know. Like, you're already aware that you're working on these. So it's just up to you to be the big kid, catch yourself when you're, you know, being lazy or avoiding, and push through. The other card that came out, you got two. They came out at the same time, so I'm taking them both. The other one, that first one is Master Finn, the fishmonger's son. And he's caught in the act. And the other card is Miss Beer, the brewer's daughter. Okay. So this to me feels like inner child work, and it's at its most basic. You catch yourself when you're being lazy. You go, hey, come on. Let's at least try and do this in a little bit of a healthier fashion. So it upgrades your guilty pleasures into just pleasures that you have respect for and that you understand are kept in, I want to say certain compartments, but I don't like the way that sounds. You don't do these certain indulgences all the time. You just pay attention to when it's happening, and you make it as healthy as possible. Oh, this could also be working on your vices and making them healthier. So instead of telling yourself, oh, I'm going to quit smoking because smoking is the worst and I'm just so terrible, because really all that negative shit around trying to quit smoking is going to stop you from quitting, because you're just like, every time I try and quit smoking, I feel like shit. I feel like shit about myself, because you're constantly telling yourself you can't do it. It's not good. So instead, this energy is more of fine-tuning your vices to make them better. So maybe you are hoping to, in the future, quit smoking. This month, you just switch to a healthier brand of whatever it is that you smoke, or a healthier kind of whatever it is that you smoke. So maybe instead of smoking, I don't know, Newports, you switch to American Spirits, or like some organic tobacco, whatever the fuck. That way, there is the sacrifice of having to spend more money, so you will have to slow down and indulge and spend more time paying attention to what it is that you're actually using as a vice. So you will have to slow down. Where was I going with that? Blah, blah, blah. Don't know. Anywho, you'll have to reduce the amount that you're doing whatever this vice is, just to balance out the cost. And I know that Sagittarius doesn't like to be money oriented, but sometimes we have to be, particularly in situations where the first card out is luck, money, and energy oriented. You need to be focusing on what's going on in the material world. So maybe you'll spend more money. You will keep, maybe we'll stick with the example of smoking. So you recognize that you're smoking and you want to stop yourself from doing that. You switch to a healthier brand of tobacco or cigarettes that it is that you're smoking. That way there is still the sacrifice of smoking less, but you're also experiencing and indulging more. See, she looks like she's having a chill time. He is over here like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing it. I'm the worst person in the world. But it's like, you may as, it's like, which side do you want to be on here? Do you want to keep berating yourself for having a vice like everyone else does? Or do you want to accept that this is an authentic part of you, maybe the part of you that needs to have your needs met? Maybe there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe? Oh. Anywho, do we have any closing messages? Closing messages. All right, so we're gonna stick with the card that was at the bottom of the deck because the rest of the cards came out and we're like, if you don't focus on this bottom of the deck, so fun. Bottom of the deck, we have true love in reverse here. Now, that tells me that you have, within you is the vibration of a really deep romance. Probably one that you haven't allowed yourself to admit to the world around you. But the vibration is still in there. And the universe is telling you, hey, if you can give that dream grounded, healthy roots, you can actually bring it to fruition in this season. But this is once again about balancing your energy and working on what's going on in the material realm. Because if you're feeling overstressed, overtired, and worn out, you're not going to notice when somebody comes towards you that could be, you know, it could be a big change for you. You're not going to notice the beauty and the positivity blossoming around you, because when you're exhausted, you're just, you know, you're exhausted. You're just like, I don't want to do this. Everything sucks. I don't want to lay down. I don't feel like it, you know. So, yeah. I think the biggest message we're having here for this season is slow down and have a bit more faith in yourself, because you're doing a lot better than you think you are. And you do better when you validate yourself. Waiting for other people to validate you can be torturous, because people don't like validating Sagittarians because they already feel like you have too much confidence and I don't have that much confidence, so why should I keep giving Sagittarius compliments? You know, all that weirdo ego bullshit. So spend some time validating yourself this season. And it looks like it's going to be a really, really classy, exciting season for you guys. So happy birthday. Enjoy. And I'll check you in the next one.